Welcome to another episode of the Lunar Monday podcast where we talk about all things witchy. I'm your host. I'm your co-host Samantha, and I'm joined by
Aruka Rose.
Aruka has over a decade of experience combining astrology and tarot readings, and I've spent the last few years exploring witchcraft, tarot, spirituality, and manifesting. Today, we're talking about the eclipse on March 14th, 2025, where we are blending the earthly Virgo and the watery Pisces. Does that sound right?
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's exactly right. Virgo is very earthly and precise, and Pisces is so watery, boundless like the ocean.
Yeah. So we're going to dive deep into the details of daily life to uncover the spiritual currents that flow beneath. The alignment invites a profound merging of the physical and ethereal, a moment to feel the soul within the structure. Ooh, I like that.
Right? I might have wrote that line. Okay. So this is an eclipse. It is also a full moon. So most of you might have already known it's a full moon, but you might not have known it's an eclipse. Full moons, this is a time where we feel the culmination of our efforts since the new moon. It can also be a time of releasing as we start to see the moon wane, leading up to the next new moon. This is a time of celebration, gratitude, abundance, and reflecting, recognizing what no longer serves us, what we're ready to start releasing, like I said, till the next new moon. Right now we have the sun in Pisces and the moon in Virgo. Now the north node is on the sun. Well, I believe the sun is where the north node is right now, and the moon is where the south node is. So since it lines up with the nodes, we have an eclipse. Eclipses occur about every 6 months as a new moon or full moon happens near the north and south nodes on the chart. We're still finishing our last eclipse series. You might remember the last eclipses being in Aries and Libra a lot. The last ones were October 2nd of last year, and then we have the very last one in that series in 2 weeks on the 29th. That'll be a sun, moon, new moon in Aries eclipse.
Okay.
Woo. So that'll wrap up 2 years of eclipses in Aries and Libra, but we'll talk more about that when we get there.
Yeah, that sounds good.
This will be our second eclipse in the new series. The last one was on September 17th of last year, where the sun was in Virgo and the moon was in Pisces, so it's opposite of what we're feeling now. If you look back to this, though, you'll see that this was the start of some new chapter for you. Now, when you look back, you'll be able to see some of these changes, and those will be developing further with this current eclipse that we're having on the 14th. So if you look back to around September 17th, what you were doing, look through your pictures, messages, journals.
Yeah, I looked through my journal entries. So that's why I like journaling so much.
Yes, we saw that we were sad but hopeful back then. And I also noticed that I got really interested in art history, like TikToks and YouTube shorts right then. I started sending them to people, which is not typical of me. So suddenly for me to get into historical art and learning more.
You didn't send me any.
I try not to send them.
Send them to me.
I used to send people way too many. I think it's the Aquarius of me, and I send people too many videos, and so I've really dialed it back. I try to pick one a week to send, and I limit myself. I'll send you some though. I'll harass you. Okay. And I sent you something else though.
You
I
did.
sent you Ostera ideas.
Sent me a couple.
Okay. So the next eclipses are going to continue in this Virgo Pisces axis. Continuing the series on, we will have another one on the 7th of September, the 21st of September, then we go into next year, the 3rd of March, and the 27th of August, and the 20th of February will be the last one of this series. We will start the next one before that. The next one will start technically February 17th of 2026 and continue on from there. They do overlap a little bit, which is why I think it gets confusing for people.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So they span 2 years, but there's overlap.
Okay.
So you kind of phase into the next one, and then you hit the peak of it in that year that I was kind of talking about, like, oh, it's hitting this year, but it's really like they all overlap each other. They blend together. The nodes determine the directionality of our lives. So when we look at this one, the north node's in Pisces, the south node's in Virgo, we're going to see ourselves shifting into this more Piscean space, this more oceany, watery feelings, boundaryless, boundless space.
Yeah, it sounds spiritual.
Ethereal.
Yeah, ethereal.
Spiritual, creative.
Oh, the new Renaissance. I've heard people talking about that's what's coming with all of this, which is really
see that.
exciting. Yeah.
Especially with some of the other placements going on right now.
So look out for that.
Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for the new Renaissance.
These nodes, we can feel the shift, but if you want to look back, again, I'll give you an example. The last years that we had these nodes going on and these eclipses going on would have been 2007. Let's see. No, 2016. I jumped a little too far back for y'all. So 2016 was the last time we had eclipses on this axis, and a little bit before and after 2016. I'm going to give you guys kind of the midpoint. But this was flipped, where the north and the south node was in Pisces. So you'll see then it was the same kind of energy, but what you were doing is more focused on Virgo type things rather than Pisces type things you were kind of leaving behind you at the time. Other years highlighted by these sign energies are 2007, like I said, 1998, 1988, and if we have anyone listening that remembers 1979, please leave a comment.
Yeah.
I could go further back, but it's going to be about every 10 years or so.
I think, well, I was conceived in 1988. Graduated high school in 2007. Mm-hmm. I don't remember.
Yeah, because you would have been born around these. Because
Yeah,
Sam has these nodes on her natal chart.
Yeah, yep.
The same nodes.
Feeling it.
If you have the nodes in these signs on your chart, whether it's the same direction or not, be ready for it to hit you very personally and your life path very personally. I mean, finding a lot more relevance for these readings than other people.
I feel like, I'm very much tuned in, tapped into this energy that's going on.
I feel like you've been gearing up for stuff a
Yeah.
little bit energetically. Yeah.
Yeah, really since, I guess, kind of since September.
Yeah, I remember you saying things like you were in like a rest stage, but you didn't feel like you wanted to be because you felt something was
I
like
wanted
building.
That's exactly what it was.
Yep.
And it was a frustrating.
It feels
thing,
frustrating
yeah.
for me too because I want to do stuff. I think we both kind of want to
Yeah.
do things, and we're frustrated when we can't.
Yeah. But it's been moving. The energy's moved, and it looks like it's going to keep moving.
Oh yeah, it's definitely moving now.
Yeah,
you're in it now.
It's been moving a lot since January. Really, is when when the new year hit. I was like, oh, I can
Here we go.
do stuff.
Yeah, then we really would have been in it by then. Yeah, that makes sense. I'd have to look at the exact dates for that, but anyways, the eclipses tend to be like wild cards. They're kind of like Uranus transits because they're just unexpected things come up, big shifts, big surprises, whether positive or negative. Things can come up out of the blue. They can be shocking, surprising. Changes are usually permanent that we do experience at this time. But in the midst of the series, we tend to see it like be in stages, right? So little chapters of the series. And by the end of it, you'll see like, wow, there's a whole kind of story arc of my life that goes along with this, which is super fascinating. And if you haven't listened to Chris Brennan, if you're really into this, listen to his episodes on eclipses because he goes through historical dates and how the stories line up
That's cool.
with the eclipses. So solar eclipses are the new moons, lunar eclipses are the full moons. Right now we have a lunar eclipse, which is all about integration for new shifts. Go ahead and look at where this falls on your chart because that's what's going to give you the most accurate information. We're going to guide you on more about manifesting with this energy and what we see coming in all together. And then if you want to get details for yourself, look at where the nodes are and where the sun or moon are going to be, which is Pisces and Virgo. Look at Pisces and Virgo on your charts. And then we're going to go into a tarot spread.
We did a tarot spread. We wanted to catch the vibe further for everyone. So I pulled 5 cards and I used the Mystic Cats Tarot. It's one of my faves. And I had 5 placements for it. So the first was grounding, and I got the Tower card, which is just like, makes sense for this eclipse, I think. So lots of change and chaos going on, especially I feel like maybe
Sudden
not
shifts.
yeah, and even if that's not like in your personal life too, I feel like that's like the world stage
Oh yeah.
for sure. So our grounding is in the chaos. It's like Uranus in Taurus right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
I just put that together. That's funny.
Yeah,
That's
we're
cool.
also seeing reflection from placements back in like 2020 as well.
Okay.
Especially with
yeah.
like the stocks and stuff too. So
Oh, yeah.
that's a lot of Uranus and Taurus things
Oh yeah.
as well.
Okay. Well, it's all making sense then. And then I pulled the second card was realization, what is being called to completion during this cycle, and we got the Ace of Wands. So new inspiration, new ideas, very fiery.
New mindset.
Yeah.
Well,
Ooh, yeah.
like a not mindset like strict mental thought like swords, but like I don't know, like a more creation based mindset.
That makes
like
sense.
a new perspective, worldview,
Yeah.
view on life altogether.
Yeah, I think so, because I think the way things are changing, we have to change too, and we're kind of, I don't know, some of us I feel like are more adaptable at that. So
We're kind of reinventing during this time, I think. Reinventing ourselves, reinventing
yeah.
everything around us. Yeah.
And then we got, for the third card, emerging. What's emerging? And I pulled the strength card, and that kind of read as like centered, like in ourselves. Like we're kind of, what's coming of all of this is like a inner knowing. I think people are kind of waking up, especially with like the tower energy going on. Like you have to be shaken to feel that.
I feel like you're just almost discovering a new part of yourself that you didn't realize was either as strong as it is or was there at all. It feels brand new with that Ace of Wands.
Yeah,
At least a new development of something
yeah. I like that.
internal.
And then the next card was the expression. How can we embody a more authentic expression? And we got 6 of Cups. And I think that translate for how I'm reading it, is like making new memories, cherishing like the moments, like really like looking
Feels
back.
refreshing.
It feels refreshing. And also like if you think about it as like what is there anything being reflected from your past that is what's the word I'm looking for?
And being like renewed, like
Yeah.
it's coming up again, but in like a refreshing new way.
Yeah.
It's very fond but new
Yeah,
energy.
I like that. And then just like
Embracing it as a part of yourself and as part of our world.
yeah, and focusing on the good. I think that's what I'm getting out of it
Yeah.
too. Is like focusing like your energy on what's good in your life right now instead of looking at all the chaos and
And the negative.
the negative.
Because you're going to have to be strong to be able to do that. We're finding their strength and we're expressing in a more positive, kind of like wholesome, happy, new memories type of way.
And then the gift out of this eclipse, we got judgment in reverse. And I think I read that as, what did I say? Letting go of judgment. So not really judging things like as good or bad.
Yeah, you're not caught up in trying to figure everything out, judging it good or bad anymore. I think you're releasing a lot of even that process and the stress. Like, you're going to have to if you're going to be 6 of Cups expressing.
Yeah. And if you put a judgment on something without knowing all of the information. Like you could judge something as bad, but it could be something that actually works for you in your favor. What's that like Chinese? It's like a proverb or something. It's like this guy, like, I don't know. He got injured, like his leg got messed up, and everybody was like, "Oh no, how terrible! That's so sad." And then like the army came through.
He didn't get drafted.
He didn't get drafted because his
was
leg
like,
was
"That's
messed
great."
up. Like that kind
And
of
then-
vibe. I totally messed up that story, but
I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
okay.
Hopefully they know what you're talking about.
It's pretty popular.
Just look up what we said and you'll get it.
Yeah, that's what I have for any other thoughts. Looking at.
I think
our
this is
spread.
the perfect encompasses
Yeah.
this perfectly. Now, this Virgo energy too, it's very light. Like it is a sign of light. And I think we forget that a lot when we talk about Virgo. Like we talk about earth and goddess energy and caretaking and routine, but it is also the sign of light. Like the story goes with there's Virgo and then there's Libra and Scorpio. Now Scorpio is darkness, Virgo is light, and Libra is the balance between them.
Ooh, I never put that together.
There's a lot of other ways to interpret Virgo energy, but it is this like kind of purity where we also get light, purity, kind of that young maiden type of energy. It's also very practical, where you get that earth goddess vibe. It's combined with grounded intuition, fastidiousness, where you're really, really precise, really looking at all of the details. Hard work. They're built in routine. This energy is very constant, striving for improvement. It can make it feel a little critical as like an unhealthy version of this energy. But when the moon is here, it looks for security through analyzing the world around us, patterns, what makes us comfortable, what makes others comfortable. They want to feel like they are helpful and like they're needed. So people with Virgo or the moon in Virgo will feel that all the time. But during these times when Virgo has the moon there, we're also going to feel some of that reflect in our lives as well, in our emotions. So during this time, we're going to be pulling from that moon on the south node, that physical, emotional, analyzing the world around us, and bringing it into where the sun is, what we're embodying at this time, which is Pisces. And that's this boundless, emotional, spiritual space where we feel all the energy of everything all of the time. Where did I write my note here? It's down here. The eclipse illuminates the interplay between these physical routines and our deepest spiritual longings. This celestial event offers a chance to refine our daily practices, allowing them to become conduits for profound inner growth. Expect a surge of clarity as this meticulous Virgo lens sharpens the fluid, dreamlike realm of Pisces. This will reveal hidden patterns and pathways to personal transformation.
That's exciting, the clarity.
Right? Like, you notice these little things in your day-to-day life, and that brings a spiritual growth to it.
Yeah. Well, that's funny for me because my notes are lined up in this way, but
Yeah.
I've been really kind of nailing down my daily spiritual practice.
You've already been doing that.
I've been doing it, but I've been doing it more.
You do it for your whole life, probably. Or is it vice versa on your chart? Which way are your nodes?
My north node is Pisces.
Oh, yeah. Then this is exactly what you're
Yeah.
doing all the time. That makes sense for you. I feel like.
Yeah.
So as for manifesting right now, if you have any desire to manifest new routines, new rhythms for your day, new spiritual growth, it can be done through creating new habits or finding opportunities to help others or finding help for yourself, embodying that earth goddess peaceful energy. Self-care rituals can be great for this. Spending time with small pets. Virgo is very connected with small pets. Virgo moon people can like read the minds of little animals
Aw.
so easily. Whether they know they're doing it or not, they just think they have a great connection with them, you know. But this energy will pull from those small details of our lives and extrapolate by waves into our soul's larger consciousness. So bring in your real life, your 3D realm life, to enhance your 5D, 6D. What are people saying now?
I don't know. It's the expansion,
The expansion.
yeah, of everything.
If your moon is in Virgo, take full advantage of this. This is your lunar return on an eclipse, so do all
Oh, it's
all
going to
of the
be
things.
very powerful.
Very
if this
powerful.
if this is your moon.
You will definitely feel this one if you've got your moon here. It's going to be really great for any earth signs to manifest right now. But if you have, let's see, if you don't have major earth placements, look at Cancer and Scorpio placements. If you have any of those are still going to be signs that will find ease in manifesting at this time. If you have placements in Sagittarius, Gemini, or Pisces, this will feel like conflict, a struggle, but you're going to break through it. You know, you got to overcome something to benefit, and you're going to rise to the challenge, and it's going to be worth it. For Aquarius and Aries, you might feel a little stuck right now, or you're going to feel like you're avoiding something, and it's going to not be the time to be able to do much about it, whether you're happy about feeling that way or unhappy about it. Let's
Okay.
get into a ritual.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so here's our ritual. We've got some pieces of paper and a water erasable pencil. I feel like you could do this with a water erasable pen too. And we're gonna, well, yeah, we're gonna write down things that we're letting go of, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just
We're
wanna
gonna
make
let
sure
go of
that's
things.
what we decided to do. And we've got a jar of water, and it's got healer's gold, which is pyrite, and I think hematite. It's like a mix. And yeah, that's one of my favorite crystals. And we're going to put some salt in the water for earth. And we're going to place our pieces of paper in the water, let them soak. And then we're going to rub off the pencil and have a cool like visual thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
What do I do with those scraps of paper?
They're somewhere near
There
here.
they are. So for our meditation, I pulled a card from the White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild. This is one of my favorite oracle decks, and it's always right on point. So I'm gonna mess up this how you say this, but I got 22 Ain Soph Or. AINSOPHAUR. And so here's the little divination. A way through the struggle has already been created for you, and you are being led onto that path. Your authentic soul path may include recognition and acclaim, notable success, and admiration. Be grateful, but do not be dazzled or distracted by such experiences. Focus on what connects you to your heart and grounds you in the simplicity of spiritual truth, which is the practice of love, kindness, and peace. This will allow for successful progress in the material world without disturbing the sanctity of your soul. Which is like perfect vibe. Like it's so
This deck is always spot on.
so good. Okay, so I'll lead us through this healing process, and we're going to start with a little chime. Connect consciously to your body and your breath and bring yourself fully into this present moment. Imagine you can release all thoughts, fears, and obsessions about your problems or concerns, even if just for this exercise. You could imagine dusting them off your auric field as though you were dusting off little bits of spiderweb that had become stuck to you while walking along a garden path. You may like to play at such spiritual dusting through your energy field for a few moments now. It will increase your clarity of mind and presence in your body. I call upon the light of wisdom, compassion, and divine love, I invite the genius of spiritual grace to enter into my heart and, with mercy, clear the path to the highest loving consciousness. I loosen my mental and emotional grip on fixed opinions and open with trust to the higher wisdom and creative path that will set my heart free. May all beings know such merciful grace and generous assistance for their greatest good. Now imagine, feel, or intend, or visualize that you're resting in a beautiful field of light for as long as feels good for you. As your personal energy field has been cleared and sheltered through your practice thus far, you are now free and able to feel, sense, or perceive the beautiful light which holds you tenderly in its spiritual embrace. When you are ready, gently guide yourself back to this moment by following the flow of your breath in and out. Hydrate and ground yourself. You've done it. Did it.
I love it.
Okay. Let's talk about do you want to share what you're releasing or manifesting? I'm releasing to manifest. It's all in one. I'm going to tidy up my vibration.
I love that.
Yeah, so I'm releasing judgment.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Negative thought patterns. Mm-hmm. And anything that's like blocking me from my higher potential.
Yes, I want to release all blocks. That's always good. Anything with blocks or full moons, go ahead and have those clear themselves out. And I think just negative influences and negative thought patterns as well for me. I feel like clearing up what I'm dealing with day to day will make a big difference on how I'm feeling day to day. This also hits my 7th house pretty hard, so I'm thinking about health and harmony in relationships and some shadow integration going on. This 7th house is a pretty big spot on my chart, so that's encompasses a lot of things all at once. So I'm going to be focusing on all of those things. Again, totally look at y'all's charts and see where this is hitting. It'll make a big difference on how your manifestations can develop.
Oh, and I wanted to say too, you could do this with moon water, like from the solar eclipse.
I like that the most if you can time that out.
Yeah, we're doing it ahead of time, but you'll listen to this and you'll know.
You will know.
You'll know to make yourself some moon water. I'm gonna put some salt in the thing. I got Himalayan pink sea salt. There's extra salt around me from my son.
You always use it.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I haven't done in a while?
Mm-hmm.
Salted my carpet.
You need to.
I need to.
That would be a great thing to do right now.
Yeah, and then vacuum it up.
Yeah,
That's the fun part.
if y'all want to come up with some cleaning rituals for this, that would also be great.
Yeah, anything. That's why I worded it the way I did, tidying up. Like anything Virgo-y.
Perfect.
Okay, so we have our stuff written down. We're going to soak it in the water. Okay, that's all we have for you today. That was so much fun. I hope that you get witchy and do a cool releasing ritual. You can take inspiration from what we did or come up with your own. Let us know. Leave us a comment. What are you releasing with this Virgo full moon lunar eclipse?
Mm-hmm. And I'd love to know your placements and what patterns you're seeing in your life at this time. Until next week.
Yeah.
Next Monday.
Yeah. Thank you for joining us on this Lunar Monday podcast.
Happy eclipse. Goodbye.
Bye.